Hey y'all, we've had an interesting day to say the least. I thought y'all might want to hear about it. Thought I'd bring you over here first and show you we've got ice happening. Yes. It's cold out here. I'm heading over to close the chickens up, but yeah, so we started out this morning. Hugh finally got the tire fixed on the trailer. You can see it's missing, and we took off the big load of metal. So when we got there, the big claw had blown a hose, and the guy was gone after this stuff to make that repair. So Hugh and I left the trailer, and we took the truck and did some running, got fuel in the truck and some gas cans for the tractors and that sort of thing. Then went back and emptied our trailer, and Hugh said, well, while we're out, why don't we go ahead and go over to the log yard and get a log? And I said, oh, okay, that sounds like it would be a good use of time. So we went over, and there was a pretty long line of trucks, the big log trucks. Several of them had to be. You can see I've given the chickens some busted up pumpkins today. But anyway, the big log trucks had to be off. Some of them offloaded and some of them reloaded. So we knew it's going to be a bit of a wait, and it was okay. Hi, dudes. They're so noisy. So noisy. So we sat and we waited in that line, and we got a log. We only got one because it's ginormous. The thing's probably 50 inches through the center. So, and I fussed at Hugh the last time we went after because he got really a heavy load. And I said, I'd rather make more trips. I know it's more fuel and all that, but it's not as hard on the truck or my nerves. So he promised that he would never get a really, really big, heavy load like that again. So we get back out on the road, and we had a flat on the trailer. So we had to pull the trailer over and unhook from it, because the spare that Hugh had, or has with it, he said he just didn't think that it was something he wanted to pull that heavy of a load with. So we brought the truck home and the tire home that had the flat on it, and he was in the process of getting that put back together. And I think he just finally reached the end of his energy today. And he came in finally, and he said, we're going back after it in the morning. And I said, well, that's fine with me, but it's sitting over there on the side of the road. I mean, it's plenty out of the road. It's not going to be a danger or anything. I said, but what if somebody takes our trailer? And he said, honey, nobody has a truck with a trailer hitch like that, big enough to pull that trailer and the big heavy log on it, that also has the ill will to do so. So I am fully expecting that we will be back in the morning to pick up the trailer with the log, and it will be sitting there. That's what I'm trusting in. But oh well. That's one of those 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. But it could be worse. It could be 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. What do you think, y'all? Look at this. I just wanted to get down here away from the porch light so you can see these mountains are just getting pelted with ice. Yes, and Chelsea has to work tonight. I hate for her. Of course, the roads are not slick. It hasn't been. It's been too warm the last few days. Excuse me, for the roads to be slick. But if it does a lot overnight, and she works graveyard, then they could be slick in the morning. But yeah, you can't even see Chambers. Chambers is behind a little wall of ice and clouds. You see these lights on the barn? We've had those lights. They were on our front porch in our house in Canton. And gosh, I'd say they're 10 years old. And they were just little inexpensive lights that we got from Amazon at some point. They're pretty impressive. Just little solar lights. Very impressive. Alright, y'all. Here we've got to go get the trailer in the morning, bring the log home, and then he and I are going to get the peahen house completely finished this weekend. And we will be going after her next weekend. This weekend it's supposed to be really cold. Obviously it's starting out now, but it's supposed to be down in the teens at night and in the 30s during the day. And traveling a couple of hours with her, an hour and a half I think, where we're going to get her. That's going to be traumatic for her anyway. But then to bring her up here in this cold climate, where she's coming from somewhere a little bit warmer than here, I think that's just not a good idea. So our neighbors are all lit up for the season. They have 2 little girls. So next weekend it's going to be warmer. It's going to be in the 30s. Let me see. Yeah, in the high 30s at night and in the low 60s during the day. So that will be a much more pleasant time to bring a peahen home and get her all nestled into her new little house. I like snow, y'all, but not really a fan of ice. But oh well. I just thought I would share our just little kerfuffle day. It was a kerfuffle day. That little neighbor has lights in their home too. I don't like decorating. I don't like the type of decorating that you have to take down and box back up at the end of, a short period of time. So I've never decorated outside. Have decorated inside, but that's as good as it gets here. All right. I hope you guys are warm. I'm going to go in and get warm. And I will talk to y'all later. Love you much. Bye-bye.